Cynthia Resor here on another time travel adventure. And this time I've stuck with the Nixon theme, but I'm in a totally different decade. This is 1959 and I am in Moscow in the Soviet Union. Not Russia of the 21st century. This is the communist Soviet Union in July 1959. And behind me is the famous kitchen debate taking place. What happened? Well, America and Soviet Union were going to have special exhibits in each other's country. So in Moscow, the Americans, with the help of 450 private companies, built a model house to brag on all the things that capitalism could do for the average citizen. And in this house, all these companies furnished it with the latest in gadgets. So this is the kitchen debate, and they had a fully outfitted kitchen set up. So Khrushchev, Nikita Khrushchev, the Soviet leader, he's the little bald man, and Vice President Richard Nixon, so he's just Vice President in 1959 for Dwight Eisenhower, were walking around and talking, of course, through translators, and they sort of got into an argument here in the kitchen about which was better. This is so perfect with what we've been studying. Which was better, communism or capitalism? So let's review to make sure you understand it. Communism is the system started by Karl Marx in which everything is owned by the government and it's supposed to be passed out equally. Now, as we know, humans can be fairly selfish, and the equality idea has never really worked in a communist country. It's a nice idea that everybody has equal belongings, but it's never worked. But anyway, Soviet Union hadn't figured that out yet in 1959. So they had a command economy, is the word we use today, where the government made all the decisions. And they did not allow private companies to make consumer goods. And consumer goods is what we're used to in the United States. That's the stuff that we buy in privately owned stores and fill our house with it. So this model home that Nixon was showing off in Moscow was a home full of consumer goods that really weren't available to the typical Soviet citizen in 1959. On the other hand, Vice President Nixon was representing capitalism. Remember, these are the two enemies, the two economic systems that are at war during the Cold War. And in capitalism, we know that the government is not supposed to be involved in the economy, and that individual people or businesses own and make all the decisions about what they want to sell and what the prices is going to be. So this was a pivotal moment in the Cold War in which two leaders from the two opposing sides, Soviet Union and the United States, were arguing and discussing the benefits of communism or capitalism. Now, today, we've learned some things about communism and capitalism, and there's really no country that's a perfect 100% communist, and there's really no country that's perfect 100% free market capitalism. Everybody is really somewhere in the middle. Most people, most nations have a mixed economy where the government controls some things and private individuals control some things. So in the United States, we have a mixed economy. I mean, let's face it, public education run by the government so everyone can benefit. And we have other things that are highly regulated or run by the government so everyone can get a little bit of that thing that's needed. But other countries, most of the countries in Europe, for example, they're more mixed to the left or to the side in which the government may control more things. Does that make them communist? No. That makes them socialist or a mixed economy. So socialism isn't a bad word. In fact, most of those socialist countries in Europe are democratic socialist countries. People vote for their leaders just like they do here in the United States. So keep in mind, if there's one thing I want you to learn in this class, Cold War started after World War II, lasted until around 1990 between the United States, who represented the capitalist economic system, and the Soviet Union, which represented the communist economic system. Of course, remember today, Soviet Union, no longer communist, they're Russia, and they have a mixed economy. And, well, we can debate later about the type of government they have. China still communist, but again, they've let more free market reforms enter their economy, so they're not 100% communist anymore. Lots of countries in the world, almost all of them, are somewhere in the middle. They have a mixed economy where government controls some things and private individuals control others. So thank you for joining me on all of these time travel adventures. I have to show off this really snappy, bright pink, circa 1959 jacket. Finally, the time machine gave me something that I really like, and these awesome glasses. So see you later.